Today na the 7th day of December 2021. Poverty reduction na Sierra Leone. Tin den just the tranga pa we na salon. Usai we go run go. Who that we go turn to? Who that get the ability for fix things for we? Every day the camera they go work on a tongue. You go hear people and they say, "Tin they not easy. We dey beg Papa government. We dey talk to Papa government. We dey beg Papa government." That's all you hear. Then people then go say, "They no want go find work. They no want for do work. They no want for do this. Everything una call Papa government. Wetin una dey do? Wetin make una no go do this? Wetin make una no go do that?" Government not able to do everything for person. Other people then go say, "Well, government need for make the enabling environment so that we all go waka. If na cook kerewe you dey waka now. If na kolo tkalatwe you dey waka o. But let all man waka. Go side they go." There is no progress in implementing development program way for reduce poverty na salon. Na so the master sabi people then say. They say they make progress today, they make progress tomorrow. Programs then they way for reduce poor na salon. Who that tell you say we want for go before? We? Na so we want them. So that the people them go always they look up to we. Then go always they look up to we. Like person with old bone near a dog. And inside you go. Get the youth man name. Right, babade. Yeah, pape. Pape na you govern bo. Pape na sober man. You feel good. Pull 10,000, 20,000, 100,000. Say, yeah. Manager. NSF take him. No future. Go buy drugs. Send and go down. Destroy them future. Eh? We can look proper inside that one day. But before that, but they allow check nako vacno. Yeah? Because it look like if I say things done they go south now in a salon pan this coronavirus business. Yesterday, I say we get 3 new cases. Today, then say we get 15 new cases. You hear what I say? We get 15 new cases. And all in 15 new cases then say now from incoming passengers. 15 new cases. All 15 from incoming passengers. Yesterday on 3 cases. One from Western area urban, then 2 from Western area rural. But today on, and say all 15 now people them will fly go inside Sierra Leone. Where I see him, I was like, okay. We were in a salon. We are safe. We good. Well, again, how many people were in a salon? where they agree for even for go take the test. So it go difficult for me then find out unless people who want travel and then go take the test. Or maybe if you go to hospital and you sick one kind way, and then go say no, they need for take coronavirus test. So that's how people get tested mostly in Sierra Leone. But I began for do 1 or 2 checks them. So somebody tell me say, me source, say people them come out from the Gulf countries them. Some people then come out Qatar, Kuwait, where they bring camps alone. So we go mass we break first and wait for make Nakova can explain to we. Then 15 new cases here will get so today from inbound passengers then. Who's part with them people here come on? If now brothers and sisters them we come out to Kuwait and the Gulf area, or now we will come out to the rest of the world. Let me understand. Another source tell me say, you know say, we be don't do an aya for say, if you go saloon, you no get 2 doses of your vaccine, then they consider you say, you not take vaccine. So you, the quarantine, and you go pay for that day until you test results come out. From reliable source na airport last night, I get and say people away go with 1 dose, bribe them way through, pay money, they allow them for go inside the country. Yes, reliable source. Say airports, the people them where they in charge for check for see say yes, you take 2 doses of your vaccine are making money right now. Then the milk come better one. Okay. Now just yesterday, Solomon Jamiu been there na AYV na morning. They talk all the way till they talk. So now, they want to hold in the airport. Now they own Christmas, they feel say they don't get so now. Anti-corruption. I don't give you a tip. I don't give you a tip. Airport. People in way they left from other side of the world where they go saloon. Some man not take. Some man just want to take the vaccine. And they bribe them way through. And not so is supposed for be. And another tip tell me say, then so they make you frightened now when they take you test, that you they feel compelled for getting something, make them not can tell you say you positive. Another corruption, another corrupt practice. And they just feel say because now in the rush hour for we where they go saloon. Now in the rush hour. So then think say this is the time for milk the cow better one. I don't give you a tipo ACC. Okay. Mr. Silasi, I feel say because else they check if you get full dose, and if you not get it, then they stop you. If you only get one, no. Then they stop you, sir. You they go. Because salon they accept you. But no more way you reach salon, then say you for quarantine. So the quarantine I know they happen. If they pass small thing, they allow you for go inside. That's how it is done. Reliable source. Eh? Okay. So for the 15 yon, we're not going to say anything yet. We dey wait, let we hear from Nakovac before, based on all the investigation we me do today, before I go say what I want to say. But for now, let we just wait and hear from Nakovac, the 15 people them who side and come out. We wait for them. Let we come to a topic proper for today. Poverty reduction. Forget thing for it, it's ranga. Who say we dey? We all know say prices then don't go up. That is true. That is so true. But again, we get safety nets them who say we dey. But right now, we know the country where we come out, and we know say safety net not dey. So now I make programs thinking day, we for fit, for reduce. They don't say, well, someone they say alleviate. For alleviate for white people, not possible. Pass with the full we safe. But for reduce them, it's possible. Because waiting a po, na salon. So man, now one going to eat for the day. One thing. 3 meals. Good luck with that. And not for say they choose for lose weight to say they cut the amount of time we they eat to. A day, no day. So then get what they call country policy and institutional assessment. When a CPIA, where World Bank and other member countries them, then can they look for see how this CPIA they work alongside for implement development program them for reduce poverty na country them. Eh? Okay. So Salon back na part of this scheme. A part of this scheme. Salon. So in a country where we know say forget 1 meal a day na fet. What do you think say we supposed to do? Eh? Let's say you get power now. We serve na part of the scheme where they say na the CPI framework, country policy and institutional assessment. We World Bank and other member country them, then they put together we for implement development program for poverty reduction. And the kind of polipo within a salon. What do you think say we supposed to do? Not for all Lawande with 2 hand. Eh? Not for all with 2 hand. But wait to. With the all with 2 hand safe. For reduce poverty. All the different schemes them. All the different programs them within a salon. Then get waiting and they look them benchmark. How we don't they perform. For say true. We at the day for reduce poor na salon. You think so? Couche. Let's take you to Radio Democracy 98.1. Let we listen, yeah? from the Ministry of Finance. And today, I know say we collect for look back. We will collect for look back. Hey. This one not to look back now. This one are for look present. This one. Because even the person where they talking, not even look back. Because he no say, look back no they pa this one. But this, then say, yeah the pen, yeah the book, right. Then say, look the water, look the flour, look the bowl, mix, look the oil, fry, serve. If something that you passion, if something that you want for make go before, then can give you all thing. Ha. So for look back, no. Let we look here today. They look present today. Because now present now they look for. Through Radio Democracy. Musa, explain for we first bar. Let we understand here.
Okay, we go now the Ministry of Finance, we say the country policy and institutional assessment framework with the World Bank they implement with member country them. Now for determine our country them they implement development program them for poverty reduction, for reduce pass mark poor. Now country them we say then they grade country them by performance, and for the past 2 years now, Salon still at 3.1 instead of 3.5. We na medium pass and 6 points we na the excellent scores na we na the passing mark. And this according to the chief economist at the Ministry of Finance, Almami Bangura, Salon not able to get better support from the World Bank for implement poverty reduction program them for the past 2 years now because of the poor mark way Salon don't they get now the policy implementation compared to other African countries. He talked more to me inside this interview.
Well, the CPIA now the tool where the World Bank they use for assess the quality of policies or countries they implement, but also the quality of the institutions there.
Okay. Almami Bangura, now they explain to you so for Ministry of Finance. So then get the CPIA, and we don't tell you just now when at the country policy and institutional assessment. Then get a framework where World Bank they use for see how serious country be for implement policies them we go reduce poor. Simple one. Poor pass mark na your country. Well, World Bank can give money. But how serious you be for implement them, then the institutions them where they in place for do that implementation they how credible and how serious the SFSF be for reduce this poor na your country. You know why? Because then go look and say, you know what thing? Them people here who go they give them money, but they don't want let them people and come up and poor because waiting do then just want let they give them money no more. Let they give them money, let they give them money. So they say no, they just they give money, so they not do assessment. Then they assess for see that money where they be don't give. What's in the policies the way you put in place for make popolipo reduce na your country? We don't get that one declare, not so? Okay. And mommy. I mean name slick. Let go, sir.
The country gets where they implement reforms, and they do this because they want to make sure say you implement policies where they benefit the people.
Then want for make sure say you implement policies them where they waiting where they benefit the people them. You know most of the time working come World Bank, you know that. Then and the outside they don't go safe with the help. Who side they don't this way they that. But again, where World Bank say A, you get another big Alejo Bako go say B, where they confuse the system. Not so? Just the other day, MCC say waiting. Oh, yeah, they pass. So if you come with this now, say, then they implement thing them for make the people them better, then say, You know they see where MCC just call we. Hey, now they take a cover the pot. But this one, let we look and like how they look and so do ya. Yeah? For say, for implement policies them, we go benefit the people of Sierra Leone. Now they look at today. All right.
Lead to poverty reduction, but also
we go lead to poverty reduction. We go benefit the people them, and it go lead to waiting poverty reduction. And right now, it pass mark na the country.
Resources we constantly get both from external partners and the one that we safely generate internally.
Okay, so let's understand now. That money they work in the ala. All then they watch them. Even the one where they get inside the country. The one where external source them, where they go source, will go bigger than Giwi. All then they watch. How will they implement their money for make poverty reduce pan the people them? I know say them go watch that one where they say Corona don't come at the country. We say, the money don't come, let's go buy Jeep then first. Na Prado no to Prado, na SUV no to SUV. And say, well, we buy bikes them. Now follow we reach na the areas them so that the people can go benefit. You don't understand what they try for talk now, not to so? Eh? Alright. Let they go, Mr. Almami.
We will use them effectively for reduce poverty.
For use them effectively for reduce poverty. No matter how say you go bigger and we then you. But when you count time, what you go talk say for do it time? Effectively. With sole aim for reduce, because now when you put, I make you to go big. So if you do what you say, when they don't give, if you do what you say they do, you never go big back. Eh? How put they get an eye?
When you look at the assessments of the country's policies, them, now the ministries, department agencies, them, in the face of the CPIA, who says Salon stand.
So they ask and now say, well, this assessment, with all the different ministries they are, the agencies them, who say we team up now, ba? Who say we team up? Yeah,
when they assess the CPIA, they assess with like a lag of 1 year. So
okay, I make a tell you say no can begin tell we for go bienu. He say when they assess them, then they assess them like within 1 year. Eh? Now 1 year, now they assess them. Okay?
For now, we talk about the 2020 CPI when your reports just come up. Because
so now the 2020 CPIA now report just come out. The 2020 own. Now just come out. So now they look at now. Yeah?
because most of the time, we know the reports on the policies we implement. The CPI reports for 2019. Good on.
Okay. So, he say we knocking reports of policies them what they do. Whether they get good work intend for Kobaram under bly. Eh? Whether they do the correct thing intend for Kobaram under bly. But, well, I don't know if I excuse you want make or na just say you want for slide them. You go determine that one day. But he say, because we not can show what thing we they do, he make with 2019 report the number go down. You do me, you think you do me, you not sure, it affects we, and you still choose not for sure, or nothing not there for sure, wait for increase them, so you just say, you know what, let's just hold them back. But let they listen.
Because by 2018, we did 3.3.
By 2018, listen now, 2018, we made 3.3. Yeah? 2018. Now there we been there. Waiting again?
Out of 6.
Out of 6, na 3.3.
2019 we go 3.1.
So, from 2018, 2019, we go 3.1. We make progress or we decrease? We not make progress. We decrease. Remember, poverty reduction. Popolipo for reduce. Now they talk about now implementing things we go benefit the people and we go reduce poverty pan we people them. 2018 we define 3.3. 2019 we fall 3.1. Okay. What's in again, sir?
And the one we just released for 2020 also na 3.1.
Okay. 2020 itself na 3.1. 2020. So for 2 years, we not pon, we not pen, we not pa, we not pum pum. We just did number like dirty water. We not they move. 2018, they fine 3.3. I believe say okay, money that's in the sober one. 2019, we say that guy forget. But yeah, 2020, 3.1 back. You think you do me? You do yourself. But now we the people, now we go suffer them. Now continue for listening.
So which means we don't stagnate in one place for 2 years. 3.1 out of 6.
Out of 6. And it's not to that one where they can't say you don't pass through. Say because you pass 3. Not to this so. Say but 3.1 for 6. Who jump at me? Who pass middle? Who pass the 50%? Not to this.
You know.
3.1 now out of 6. How you can describe that in the face of policy implementations for poverty reduction and also for improve the life of the people?
Any score where they below 3.25, then they
any score where they below 3.25, and also for saying something no 3.25. Any score will fall under that one day. Imagine 2019 with a 3.1. So we fall under 3.25. If we be serious, what are we supposed to do? Not to for engage all the MDS them we responsible now, yeah? So that we go bump them up back, we go back to 3.30 come out. But wait, something is going to fall under 3.25, then they give you boku money,
refer to you as a country we weak in policy.
Then they refer to you as country we weak in policy reform. When you fall under 3.25. So 2019, they refer to we say we weak in policy reform. We know they do thing we go able make we people and come up and pull for reduce the popolipo by we people them. We say okay, but that then be 2019. Well, they just concluded one back for 2020. Same thing. We still there under that category where say we are weak country in implementing policy reform.
Reforms. And not necessarily seen as we be on the ground.
Look, Mr. Almamiba. It is try for play Sabi talk na ya. Say, na so then they take am. 3.25 mean to say, as long as you dey below there, you are weak. Weak in implementing policy reform. But at the end back, now in the can't talk say back, it not necessarily mean say not to so they happen at the ground. If not to so they happen, then why are we there? As far as the big Alejo then concerned, we are weak in implementing policy we go pull with people them pampo. That's it. Now so it turn now na the gun, not to so it turn. Then if not to so it turn na the gun, why you not show who side and they ask for her? Why you not show the? My dear, name sixer. This I turn at the gun. I turn at the shelf. I turn who side suspend. We are weak in implementing policies. We go pull with people them pampo. If na lie, let me watch the poverty level in the country. Let me watch now. Okay. You say, well, not to say you can turn at the gun. Okay.
The issue is they do good things, but we don't talk about it.
Right. He say the issue na ya, we dey do good, but we need to talk am. You get for submit so that then go able for put am down. If they do good thing when they come around the blind, who that they do good thing when they go come around the blind? When you know say this thing they make we look weak. It make we look weak, oh. But again, they say we they do good thing, but we need the talker. So we lack for look weak. So if we don't do them things here way for make for help reduce bonus alone, then why we need the talker? Because we want for the go beg back. I don't get it, Naya. What to miss you into the area? You dey we dey do good, but now we know they talk am. Talk and do. Now you know they talk am. Left no. Left. Talk and do the talker. Yeah. Let's go.
They enforce implementation.
We Minister of Finance now they enforce Minister of because now we get the body for mobilize resources from outside.
Okay. Ministry of Finance now for enforce. Because now they get the mandates and they get the power and they get all thing. Forget money from outside. Alright. So Ministry of Finance, we get for put this down on our aid. Now make them they look weak. Now they tell we say they do good, but we need the talker. Talk and do.
Now get the responsibility for mobilize resources from inside. Now get the resources for allocate resources to ministry. So now we can for make sure say they implement reforms, and so we get more resources there for.
So now,
okay. So Ministry of Finance, now they aid we they put this one. Now you don't tell me now say now they get all thing. Now they na the driver, now the apprentice, now the fitter, now the everything for make sure say this one come out from 3.1 for go usai we want for go. If we get 6, perfect. But 2019 we did 3.1. 2020 we did 3.1. Okay. So now we put on a Ministry of Finance the aid.
we'll take the blame for salon position at the CPIA now.
Now collective responsibility.
I put on the aid. He said, He said this now we all. Now we all. Not to Ministry of Finance no more. But I don't tell we say Ministry of Finance now they everything for make this motor car move. But now, we want to give them the kata for make them touch the bucket. He say no. We go for Shebam. Now we all. Now collective responsibility. Collective responsibility. We all. Okay. So not owner. Not to finance. All right.
With all the ministries, departments, and agencies.
If this
so now na collective one with all the MDs them, ministry, department, and agency. Now they all, just can't put up a Ministry of Finance no more. Now they all. Musa, you go allowance so, let it ride you so.
Because not improve, it get any impacts on the saloon economy and the life of the people?
Okay. If we are seen weak in the implementing policies we go pull people in pampo, it go affect the economy na salon. Mr. Almami, explain.
Tremendous impact.
Yes. Bebe impact. Big one. Tinada impact. Now you go get. Na salon. Pan we economy.
Tremendous impact. Because despite the efforts they make as a country,
even though we they make efforts as a country
for improved domestic revenue, the money
they take, who they collect, tax them, other thing them, who they collect domestically than are in country.
Mobilization. When you look at the expenditures and the amount of revenue we collect, the gap still wide.
Okay. So what do they spend and waiting they come inside the gap? So then they force the country impo because they spend what you not get. Who they spend what you not get? So the country force impo. He said the gap is wide. That's not true. If you they spend what you not get, I they get up for spender. Anyway, let we go here. He said the gap wide.
In that gap there, you need resources for fill-up.
Aha! So, with waiting they come inside and waiting with they spend, the gap wide. And we need, if na stone, na dotio, any kind thing, na sansano, for full up that gap there, so that the bridge it go be smooth for we people them, so that we all go get a smooth one. The gap. We need resources for full up am. But they know this so finance. Then still allow we 3.1 2019, 3.1 2020. But I still explain back.
And the good thing with resources where the World Bank and the ADB they provide on the CPIA, most of the resources usually are grants.
Okay. Imagine the good thing back per this for fill this gap. It's a grant, na give and kingiwi. Not a loan. No wonder. They know how come out today. Money when are free. Money when are free. No wonder. So the money where World Bank they give, African Development Bank they give, all the other one then they give, na grant for thing una take am. But you say they do good. Una want talker. Because waiting do. African money no go kai again. Or waiting. The good thing about the money, na free money, na grant. Yeah?
Which means you don't get for payback, na free resources.
Na free resources. Free resources. You say, nah, free. You don't get for pay and back. Now you want come up and po? You say they get free money? They say they want to know they beg in a tongue. Because of where they go today, then go tomorrow, where they don't cut. They say, me they left bigger and free money. Okay.
So if their resources are not come, we get difficulty for implementing poverty reduction programs.
If the resources then free money where World Bank and the other one then they give, if they not come, we go get problem. For implementing them, we go reduce poor and salon. Usa will start this talk. Not today. We get part for play for Giwi. Eh? We self get part for play for provide information for what we do with the money we then give we. We get her. So we will not provide. What else? Game lock. Pump lock. Eh? Okay.
All go benefit the lives of the people. So it's very important for them to take the CPIA process very serious from the top level to the bottom level.
Okay. We need for take the CPIA process when the country policy and institutional assessment framework very serious. It's from the top level to the bottom level. Class stand, attention. Name 3 top level we for take the CPIA process very serious. Name no 3 top level. 3 top level we for take the CPIA process very serious. Class, attention. Una, wait, you say you need to talk? Oh, well, if I say name the bottom level, you go and talk? Eh? You go and talk? Una know name the 3 top level way for take the CPIA process serious? Well, anyway, finance say this na collectively. Na they all for take and serious. Not to just can point finger upon finance. Eh? Patrick Dominion say the president, the finance minister. Okay. He said from top level to bottom level, everybody for take them serious. All right.
So that we're able to get more resources from outside, but also.
So, Mr. Bangura, for take them serious, so that more money go come. The first one then give we not able to explain to them, for show them what we do with her. Now I make we do so we do. But anyway, so that more money go come. Eh? All right.
Donors them and investors who get confidence in the policies and
donors and investors go get confidence in the policy. Then say cow feel say na the streets na they well. If they go and waiting, you talk and they not to me much go here. The next day they on campus with and they say Now so yesterday we pass with the cow na ya. Now so you can't do. Now so you can't do. Today we no agree. Not pass with na ya. Donors and investors go no say we. We dey implement we all policy with one. Oh dear, the car power ship, they don't turn them on. But what if you say then go talk? Eh? What if you say the car power ship then go see? Exactly. That's what myself say.
Programs and in the institutions that we get in the country, so they go even the private sector will bring in more investment.
Even the private sector go bring in more investment when we know say we now people them where they team up for reward. Eh? Where be say we now people them where they team up for reward. Even the private sector then go take the company and come, but na can then people are then what they talk then they do. Then I talk and do. All right.
Points alone for reach for begin attract funding from their
if we cross the thread, if we go back to 3.3 number.
You know, listen no. Ask him say, what thing we need? He say waiting if we go back to 3.3.
Something linear, we move one.
Eh? No, wait. Samangua, wait. Yeah. Okay.
Even the private sector could bring in more investment.
Amos points alone for reach for begin attract funding from the
If we cross the thread, if we go back to 3.3,
If we go back to 3.3, we mean say that's will be the 3.3, but money come. If we go back to 3.3 and we were once, 3.3 will be the day. We'll be relaxed there, right there. 3.3, rock it. You know they see where World Bank they give money. You know they see, you know they hear, and then not be getting nothing. We then they give you 3.3. We commode, we for don't count on 3.1. They say, so how we go able for gain stamina now? For let this money where you don't they look, make it come back. He say, let's go back to 3.3. Now make I say, then I feel say we'll be there 3.3. Money become. That money they now not able for account for. Now I make with the 3.1. That's what I say.
From Musa Udeso now 3.1. And I make that point still back to the last presentation.
He say the last presentation he still talk and say, but there on allow fet, there would they beg, let we fet, let we come back to 3.3. Let we come back to 3.3. Okay.
That the relationship between the CPIA score and the amount of resources we get is not linear. In algebra, we something linear, we move one, the other one move one. But here, if you move 0.1, you likely forget 50 million, 100 million, 200 million.
I feel. So we know say, if na 0.1 no more we move, we go get 50, 100, or even 200 million. Oh wait so, now because of what be there either MCC Scocardion. So just think say but there MCC they come. Who that care about this? Who that care this? Who that care about this boy? Who don't get 400 million? You know they know. I just care, but you know sabi. You know it's in the gone. 400 million don't come. So CPIA, I was thinking now 50, 100 or 200. But let them sit on there for us, Let we just carry this so that we go able for waiting for enjoy. So now so they say if we be moved number 0.1. That's how they reach. Now we say we go MCC 400. Who they look 50? Mr. Bangua, continue.
More. So if we move like to 3.5, from Musa Ude now, it's possible to get about 2 to 300 to even $400 million.
2 to 300 to even 400 million. Hey, Papa God. Help me, help me. Let me move, let me move. Let me move, let me move. Let me move, let me move. All right. Let they go, boy. Let they go.
That's per year. So you can imagine. Grants, all grant resources, most of them grant resources.
All grant, okay, say most of. Not to all, Musa left. All grant, most of them. Nah,
So, if not grant resources, with this, highly concessional.
With this 3.1, we say Salon Day now in terms of attracting funding for poverty reduction.
Well, we still attract funding from the donor agencies, particularly the World Bank.
Okay. So they say we did 3.1. Who side we did now for attract funding? Where for reduce popolipo na salon? Who side we did? Okay. Let me hear.
African development, European Union, but especially the World Bank and the African Development Bank, because the CPI is scored at 3.1, out of the total money within the shape, every 3 years, they get a funding cycle.
So because we did 3.1, then they shape money, but not to say they not can give you, but then they give you, then they draw their hand. Then they give you, but then they draw their hand. Hotel like that give away they dash. This one because they doubt say this suicide they go put am by Papa God. If I ask and just go carry paper, we go show me what you do it, huh? Now so, okay.
Whether they raise money from outside for help low income countries, but that money, the last funding cycle of the World Bank, I think for 2019 to 2022, I think, usually about 3 years or so, the World Bank raised over 80 billion.
So World Bank be raised over 80 billion for reduce poor na country them. But how you sell your market, now so then self go buy. If us not sell you, treat no go buy you. So let we listen.
Now, for less alone benefit from that money, they get to take on a performance-based formula.
Performance-based formula. Performance-based formula. All right.
Now, what's that formula? That formula, the one critical component is the CPI.
And one critical component, now this is what they talk about today, the CPI.
Second component, the population of the country.
Then, second component, now how much we in the country.
The third component, now how the money will be given in the form of projects, how we implement them.
Aha! The last one, that money them be don't give you before. What you been doing with them? When I in this, he say, we they do good, but we need to talk them. We cover among the blind. The money them be don't give you before. How you implement them?
We call it portfolio performance, the portfolio of projects we get.
The portfolio, the performance, the project, the way you get, and all these things.
How well you implement them for achieve, the goals of those projects.
How well you don't implement them for reduce the goals. What's in the goal for reduce poor, pass mark poor na the country? Nine.
Now, then three factors they put together, none of the use for allocate resources to you. But with three factors, the way we account for more than the CPI.
You don't hear? The way account for more than the CPI with all the time I read to. Na CPI na they den yai day better one because waiting do the CPI na the country policy and institutional assessment, the framework.
So because alone CPI being 3.1, we're not able to get enough resources from the World Bank.
Because we did 3.1, we're not able to get enough resources. Like how them be given inside 2018, they're not give we so again inside 2019, and they're not go give we so again inside 2020 because waiting do we not show waiting we be do inside 2018 with that money day. Nine. Okay? All right.
Even though they go willing for Giwi, but because we not score high mark, they no give me more. And
even though they go Giwi, but I say na shortan give them the give. Because then say they afraid. Say there were now like way they give waiting granite to pigeon for keep. You give granite. You give the pigeon, say go keep the granite for me. He say na like that.
Then na policy we then get. Now for me, they have to make sure say everybody fear when they do this something and for give incentive to countries them for them we able to implement good policies for them people so that they will able to give them more resources.
So in conclusion, Salone don't suffer.
Well, for the past 2 years, we not get enough resources.
For the past 2 years, we not get enough resources. And this now we own making. They say finance will not touch the bucket, finance say no. They not go touch the bucket alone. Now we all for touch the bucket. For the past 2 years, we not get enough resources.
And therefore, maybe we not get enough resources to go to ministries, departments, and agencies where themselves able to implement for let people benefit. That means we not get to we get. But because the donor agencies say we committed still for implementing these policies, they still give resources.
So because they say we committed, then they give we. Sabangua, na shortan gi that one day. Uno one shortan gi, one longan gi. Whether they give let them give we so. I saw one time.
And find other way for help when we get problem, particularly during these COVID times. So I'm not going to say the people that suffer because when COVID came, the World Bank alone in 2020 disbursed nearly 2020, they give about $140 million. I mean, no, this time the IMF alone. The World Bank give you about
So IMF give you $140 million for COVID. IMF, what's in World Bank give you?
$125 million.
So World Bank give you $125 million. Okay.
The ADB give about $25 million.
Okay, ADB self try African Development Bank $25 million.
As I see the EU give, so
he not talk the EU, he chamam. He said if you get a problem with EU, he said the EU give you not talk amos. Tell me about listen no more.
So then the CCA will struggle for improving CPI, but they also be committed, and so they will be really support.
The MDSN came cry foul say they need to get the couple where they need from the Minister of Finance for implement policies then where them go put in them budget, especially during the budget hearing. How you as chief economist and when a ministry they work for ensure say when I prioritize MDSM when they implement CPIA programs them that the ministries then so that Salon will get more scores.
Well, that's a good question. You see, this is not the chicken and the egg. They want more resources, but some of them don't want to implement policies. They don't tell us, say, they will implement policies. These policies are all they can discuss by their workshop here soon, so that we'll get more resources from outside.
Okay, so that we will get more resources from outside. What do you Me, I don't try you. I don't break and dunk for you. So that you go able to understand. You understand? Fine. So now the word that the popolipo na the country. Now we self the one they will put in charge. And they not do waiting for do. So that more money go come inside. We go reduce poor na the country. Mr. Bango had to explain to we how we want them. Let's come with us friend. Let me hear you waiting and you take today. Welcome on board, us friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving the platform. Thanks to the efforts for able to bring down cut down this thing, explain and follow, we will understand them more. And to Mr. Musa from Ready Democracy, we will do the interview for we. And thanks to the listeners then, we'll still go into this issue of monetary affairs. I think so before even this thing came, there was something I discussed one Saturday, 2 Saturdays back, one of that political arithmetic. You look at the geography of your country, how your country make up, within your land, size, your people and they, who say na water, who say na land, who say na forest, who say na mineral areas, who say na fisheries, who say you go able to grow, who say you get for make, who that they get for put in place, who that then get for deliver. And how you go able to manage them, and how you go able for let you go reduce waiting they make you say I get for go pay debts who are not able to pay. It all come down to areas because the money actually play way around. It all come down to how the politician and the see what you been asked. Me, I believe in like that idea of contempt. You know, somewhere they say contempt. Not in a court, normally the contempt. You contempt to even you come be mortal man as politicians. Because once you begin to feel say the people that were there before you, they're not worthful, they are worthless. All I'm doing, they are just beneath the consideration of the level they want to consider. Then where what get like go give them. Even self now 100 I get, like give them 80, 20, do for me. In other words, not put in that way they say, you keep and more. But what I try to express here, if there is a ratio of monetary issues then, and you they get the money as the government, when at the fiscal side, you they try to share, for say let I go share things and we will work out. And not just don't take away things and we go for go some side more. Then I go give them 20 and then the 80 they go areas them where I just they try forget this area where this where they need to explain say the capacity of the MDSM or the capacity of the structure and the policies there and the expand desire or are they refurbish wetin that they do where useful, but e just want them for let you go why you call them vehicles. It's not wrong in getting them. So you go find out say now that 80% you dey withdraw from them because first of all you not look say road not in that place there. How you go able to drive that vehicle they go there? Or if I get the vehicle, something how I go able to maintain and save in case it's spoiled. So make a look first for make the road or make the people and become self-sufficient. That's they get any contempt. You see the value of people. But treating the public with contempt is a great issue in all over the world. Politicians there. But we not forget to look all over the world. We look at with people there now, how we go get for commodities. Because we are not gonna be just eating milk and they give you milk and they give you milk and they give we. We know they stand on we on for try for waka and move forward. Now that area we know they try for bend all the time. Which in the emphasize, the man they say they need more resources. They need more resources. You get for see the little you have, wherein you go put them as a starter and then you multiply them for let it go produce. Because when you look at the areas now of waiting World Bank they give them, then they give them a whole catalog of information. Then they tell you, say you want, you get to look at your macroeconomic policy. Then they tell them about that one day. And they tell them say your fiscal policy, then you get for look how the macroeconomic way you get for approach, you look at the quality, how you budget, you finance, how you manage them. Then they tell them now one day, they budget them, say the budget say, this is why they go give so now so he go do and I'm waiting I get. How the efficiency of that revenue mobilization. Well, that's why they go say they may try to mobilize revenue. But when they mobilize revenue, was it based on a quality and budgetary one where will produce outcome? You get the monetary policy then back can inside. That now the bank go can inside. How the bank they do with integration, how you and the bank they live. Now, in all day with this CPI issue, because then they try to look you transparency, accountability, and then they check you corruption before then they give you the level winner between 1 up to 6. And then they look them things there, they get them plenty of them. In other words, they see how you trade policies them back. Watching how you trade policies, the taxation, how people in the car inside, how that cement man they come, how that amount they sell the rest where they complain, watching at the price control, whose policies the way they put inside the demand and the supply, availability of goods, it all day inside them policy, I wouldn't they give them money, I wouldn't they take from the World Bank. But when you find out, say, you not get regional integration, and that one day they say, therefore try emphasize on what's like this regional integration. You get for include the traditional leaders them, not for say who they say the traditional leaders are useful, but you they try to do something like decentralization in a smaller scale gradually so that you build up your economy where you develop and train people and we're able for work and then they go to review. How you go to review? Any module where you put, they put a module saying that this module that they put, the module where they been put, that the module for say, then they give money where they give to individuals and microcredit, but they call them Munafa and so on. But you find out say that process it look a little bit slow based on the type of economy we get. So now for that, then before don't go look, watching at the management, the modular formula, waiting would they do? Whose business you get for do? Say an example like potato, sweet potato, then potato where you grow, and then the cassava. We begin to say, well, some side day, cassava day where it can bitter, we know they eat them. But now we find the place where they grow this. What we will do, the people are not there for eat them. We're not going to make them to Gary, will they produce and the potato, will they produce starch? And this starch will they produce, because when you produce this starch, this is something real I'm saying about what you can get from just an economy. This starch is useful to them people who they put them cardboard, they couldn't be seal, then cardboard, they give you some mice, you have for open cardboard, you get for all and hearts, not to tape. So now starch, you know what? Those are produce we go able to sell to industries abroad where they will make money. You just looking at things. I'm not saying they can do it, but I just say, look at those kind of things. Like go implement parenting there so that the money go multiply, so that I go able to find way for go before. We not bring the strategy for say, and they go to traditional method, and they go to fishery, sometimes I will begin to make sardine, I begin to team them. I know we wait like the people when they come on fire, they try they can't take all them, they fish and they, or they can't take all the other things and they, or I can able to make fish meal, because fish meal is very expensive. Instead of they waste some of the fish out the tree, you begin to tell the fisherman, who you wanna produce a kind of fish here, wanna make them, put them so they make into fish meal. We begin to produce, we get money quick. But think what instead of waste, we get money per creative ideas so that you get those business policies and then you get those regulations. Then that regional integration, integrate all the people there because you formula with the model and management where you bring camp. What see they bring? They bring social development. They bring people you avoid them for become frustrated because once you when they deliver and you deliver in a professional way for like development camp, you not put people on board. Whether they give for put on board the one that way don't recruit, the one that way you don't learn, or some they don't get experience by business, you bring them inside camp. Then you get a professional management there. They see they avoid frustration, and then the citizens them will know say they are existing, the purpose of existence. Then the purpose of existence, now you don't value, you don't say you contempt, you look and see that less people there. But it's all to do with people. If you don't know, sit down and read. When you sit down, you read, then you go, no, not to waiting in the time for saying, oh, well, you get performance-based formula, you get portfolio of performance. Just use your senses them, and they go take them. Then me they can make a me where go fit me on people them. Just like you go buy cement. All man get is style where they can build a house. When you take cement, you host, you go build a inside flood day, you not build a foundation, it go move away. It go wash away. So it's up to waiting. The same materials you are using, but you careful know whose side they put them. Or you they shape the style what you want. Like tell her they go buy the material. Some man go want gown, some man go want this style, some man go come, they say, oh, look, this clothes is fine. That man go wear the same material, they say, who's still a show for you, not do more. So these are the simple ideas people then get for getting that country. Where you get for pray so hard. Now we get people in where they get creative ideas, where you put it at the end there, who able for develop, build human resources, then get social protection, they want to get for put into anything there. What's like the social protection? You get for value the women then, gender equality, if they and that CPI, then tell them, if you not even do yourself, but include the women then, give them chances, because they are the breadwinners sometimes in certain homes. If they're not even the breadwinners, they are the one who comforts the breadwinners. So in both ways, so you get all these areas they want to show you. So now you therefore say, like, choose one of them model there, who go fit in my country, who go fit for me people then they get equity of public resource. The public resources there now equal, because when you get the resources that will come out of the public, then you're able to say then get resources for make fish, then get resources for go na the farm, then get resources for this, or if not the mining. You look at what you go to the money, but then one day, now the last resort, what people like to try for. I tell you, say, they discourage you now, say, don't do that thing and they do. But again, the African Development Bank, they have to step up a little bit for try the help. Or leaders, they know they listen, or now because of affiliation, where I be talk about influence. And when influence day, because you get influence, well, I will go get the loan. Which they can't do with them. Because of maybe the man they now all they gonna buy sabi yourself, or now we don't know yourself. But waiting you bring an offer to the employee them who you don't employ. But when you get employee, you get a layers of employees. Those employees they will be like the first layers of the MDs of people that will they go deliver. Now then one day you get for train before they come to the one then where they at the ground. So now that area they tell them also you get for look to them thing then so that you not go get you avoid a cluster of a cluster of things that will confuse you. Instead, you will try to build a cluster of development where you bring all the things there on board. You look into your environment, what they do, the environment, the regulation they put for the business that people and just they secure the sea, they secure all these things. If you find that when they come, there be no about them policy there. But when they introduce them in a direction where they not be used, an area where sometimes they help, some side production they come up, but is it equal? Wherein you know the purpose of the land, you know the geography, you know the people in Sabi one, you know how the people go able for know what thing they get for do. But when you go, you're gonna A, B, and C, they give them. They say, okay, A, now this. You look into this, B, now this, and C. But when you go take money, you take couple for people that for say they can't make, then you bring them now. Then the people that you call all the money there, 125, you get 140, you get 25. You go say, well, something and they would they say they not pay, or something and they would cost me. Like at the sea, at the airport, it's like in Tembe airport, the Uganda airport, it say cost about I think like 2 million or something. But the point why the life was say things that you see the value of certain things that we get for do, what you get for bring inside, this will cost me this much, or let me self make a fishery board with that money there. Why I know say the profit it go change. Just take yourself as a businessman. I want to go do business. I don't go just grab. I go buy anything from the market for cancel. Why I know say I don't go get a market for seller and I don't go get buyer them. So you get to know about this because it's a business, but a business where a national business, a business where you deal with people them, a business where you deal with the citizens, how you get for can invest in them. But when you not get people and they wouldn't know, sometimes they know much about the as I say, they know much about the judiciary, they know much about other things when I then therefore they help una. We not know about the economics, we know about the maths, we know about business, when I involve the people who don't know them, even in their local idea, but them what they get for the regulated thing there, no, now then they can decide. And when you see people with judicial knowledge are deciding in any country where the majority day, I think they see things that they derail because any day, now page after page, then they cram. If you go tell them about this book or the policies the way CPI give them, you're not gonna know. You just tell me say the resource and mobilization partnership departments go at the farm. Then go begin this. Not that they know. But they not going to know I'm offered like what is this? Some man go tell me say according to section B, according to section this, according to B 36 of this or export 2, because they are actually judicially inclined instead of economically declined, where that country therefore try develop. Well, people and therefore try praise not to me work this, la left arm, la go. If you pass not there for fit arm, it left to Uda get for one making young government, one making team. But me not going to play now because me now midfielder. I'm not going to go just then a goal, be a goalkeeper, where I don't know how to stretch. So these are the positions you get for develop people and talent, put them in the right place. Then you country where they develop, they go before. Where person not do fine, take them, pull them. Even if it calls for a coalition, why a coalition there, but it's not. The people in this one just don't think about coalition there where people with no talent, you will bring you can't help win there. But everybody is a competition, and the competition they affect the individuals. As I said, they are just having contempt of the public. They are causing crime, and they're not know crime already commit. Human rights, they look at them because when tomorrow they turn the old and they say, oh well, I know what I do. And some of them have been victims of this. But some man they say, I'm not going to do anything to you because you now the countryman, so that we'll go before. I'm not going to put case for you. If they don't blow case for you, but people and they forget 10 things there, then they left them. They don't know say, and they continue for doing back in another form. And another form is discontempt, where people they know say tomorrow that I will bring them because you don't contempt the people they make. You don't embezzle them. You don't eat in a way where you feel something. I'm not be the embezzler, but I'm not the gear in the right way. But some of them are doing it consciously. So these are the areas where I believe say they have to look at the economy of the country. Macroeconomic policy, the fiscal policy, therefore get good discipline, the quality of the public administration they wouldn't get, the quality them. When you know say the health quality not there, you get for improve them. The agriculture, we they see them small. See Poloko then the harvest, see this and the harvest. But equity of wetting the land, they grow faster. Outside then they grow vegetables, you go establish. Outside cow, then they boku, go. You try for make, even then they make ladder, for make them belts, make them bags. Even though you go see sometime now, the one they did against them, but the time we for don't do all that thing there, we don't left it far behind. Now, anything one church, oh, global warming or global this, because the time we should have done it, we are too late. But yes, still, we still get resources. We should not give up. The only thing they get for do, people that will get sense, when economic sense, not to law, not to lawyers them, who will cram down because all the time, when they can accent and they coach you on the law, who they get forget that country day. But again, now then get for the encourage people them, avoid the areas of calling names, stigmatization, where they stigmatize people like gender, or then why they come on at this, or then why not this, or then why not affect man, we are all the same. So you begin a class, we are all the same. So you call people them on board, who will come there help. Then you push them, you get brain drain, you go. Say who the first person, so that person they college first. You know, reach university, forget that knowledge that person get. Or that person you know, they get the access for train other person. Because this night they tell them when they give this money or this CPI is something. When I get forget people that they train them, when I get forget people who get for coach, help and achieve una young goals. Then when I get for revisit una program them for let una see if una they progress. But when you see them give up, they move. They are doing it now, but the way they are doing it, well, I'm still always questioning the area where would they go. If we really achieve on an action we do without production. Thank you very much. Let God help we. Let will lead us and get knowledge and wisdom as we pray for them every day. And thank you very much for the effort we do for drawing nearer to Sierra Leone. Let God bless you all. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
You're welcome, yes, sir.
I want to say thanks to Usfriend for your submission today. 3.1 2019, 3.1 2020, 3.3 2018. We now want 3.1, but we want for go before. What you want add with all waiting with all in a table? Or if you think say we don't do well, in the next 5 minutes we will close the phone line. But if you want to be part of the program, 232-78-990-991, 232-78-990-991, then a WhatsApp. If you want to call WhatsApp. But if you want to call direct, you can either do them through United Kingdom or United States. United States are 1-646-610-3107. United Kingdom na 44-739-803-0402. And when we call, please, let's just go straight to the point so that we will do and sharp and come out now. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and also the call from, please.
Yeah, it is Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
The thing is, we all know, the people know. Not say the government, no say the president says on the stage say the country hard. Are you a whole leader, a whole president? They talk like that, not they talk like for give hope to the people then. Just they talk the country hard. So then thing they know it's like they not get sympathy anymore. So we not care how the country to go. As long as we don't do first time or second time, we not care. We say them they don't do one before. They still get that mentality, that grudge for the past government. Wherever the past government don't do, how they steal, how they thief, how they go, they do all kind of things. They go free. Now the same thing, that ideology they self get. So they don't care if the country, people they cry for hungry or they cry for this. So they cry for anything, they not care, they not get that feeling anymore because they still get that mentality say, oh, let we self do and people that may don't do and before for 10, 11 years, we self go must do and for we own 5 or 10 years. They still get that revenge inside them. They're not the things say, oh, make we lay a mark or make we lay a history. Say, yes, now we can transform this country from bad government or from poverty or from poor to this. At least we meet and so, but we will come out, we left and so, but although we not reach to the level one, but it was better, do regime, or it was good. People did not cry that much. Things they although not enough, but it look better. They not to work towards that. Because if they may work towards that for the 3.5 years or three where they don't they in power, things they're not for to go back to worst. Things they're not for the people they're not for the grumble that much because they're the rubber now with the people that face them. We dey see all the expensive thing the way that they do, expensive convention where they take, where they spend money, not to their own money that they spend. All the convention the way that they make for this go here and set your workshop the way that they make, not to their own personal money they take. This the out of the taxpayer coffer, they take their money there, they run their convention there, or they run their travel expenditure there, they do this, they do this. And some of them think they are where they go, they see the outcome out of this. The only thing we they oh, we they do or then at the pipeline. Yeah, we don't see some investment they take time. But at least you get some investment, those who do economy, you get short time investment, what you dey do, you dey see profit. You get some the way you do in 5 years, you dey see profit. You get some the way you do 10 years, you go see profit. So you therefore do things where they make the common man, they not go to grumble. Who they see? How they go from bad to worst. People do not know this how it dey affect everybody, even we with the diaspora. Because you know go one day diaspora, it get thing for it, you begin to get thing for it, your uncle, your family they wey no they go crawl those there's some of them they do am over pass mark, but you no go reach they say, oh but I not getting for it. You no go get that strong heart the bad thing more sense small thing. A bad thing. So the pressure because the pressure go dey per you now for take care of your own bill there, they get their own pressure back. The thing but the outside. So you don't see how some of these things they work. So they know they do. I don't think they get with the country, the people their interest anymore. They get their own personal interest there, family interest there. They make you see that they spend the money there. They know the check. They not get parliament not dey check them, which is the worst. Because if we get check and balance na that country dey. Not all money somebody dey go spend wey parliament not go call under check dem tell dem say oh wetin happen with this money or wetin happen with this money. But we not get check and balance anymore. E no dey just dey spend anyhow. They don create so many ministry there, so many deputy there wey dey just for let dem dey get pay. Wetin dey create dem for you no dey know. Why one some ministry dem why you go see deputy upon deputy. Why dem think na just one ministry go get four deputy, one ministry go get four director. So e no easy. We no know wetin for as you say now we no know say we return again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Yeah. On est là fait à 10, non. Just they bring the callers them in. Yes, I get 3 minutes, sir.
Oh, Triple A, thank you very much. This is Omar from Los Angeles. Listen, I'm not saying we dey talk about the finance ministry, but I just want to talk a little bit about
the NACOVAC. To me, this is like a complete recklessness of we the diaspora in them. I'm not saying the people out there now, they're corrupt. But 90% of the people are with the complaint see corruption in a salon. Now we are the diaspora. But listen to what you just don't tell me. People that they come on here intentionally take one shot. I don't know what in the rush for going to salon, then go to one shot, then when they go there, now then they bribe the people. But now they are the same people and where they talk say the government and the people out in a salon corrupt. Well, the government and the people of the salon they corrupt are a reflection of what thing we the diaspora because most of the people are under the government and the diaspora that come out. So me they blame them because then they take money. But what about you? When you know say and they don't announce over and over say go with your complete shot and you come on here with half shot, then you go give money, that's not corruption. But now you know the same one where they sit down there back to talk say that country they corrupt, the president corrupt, this corrupt. But what till you go do so? How you call land? Come to Marabio. First of all, let me tell you, my brother, Marabio, like a different breed. Marabio, you listen to Marabio in statement, then this year at the State House, with them the crown that new women's lady. You hear the way Marabio be the talk. Marabio talk say the how they call that in this the paper we then come with the manifesto.
You don't complete and
Marabio talk say he don't complete a manifesto say he even don't go over. Can you believe? Can you believe that you know Marabio was kind of a breed? Something that they go on. Marabio absolutely feels either it completely neurotic or something because if everything were to go on in this country for let Marabio tinap and talk say he don't clean in manifesto, he don't do everything where we say they can do. Now he depend do extra we know if we talk about. Can you believe? Can you believe? Marabio tinap and people in tinap they say yes sir, not true. You're not talking. Can you believe? People and then they wait cheer back. And you look at the things of fail education, fail health system, fail water, fail light, everything fail. And Madam you talk say, he don't do with your work. He don't do everything now, he can do extra set now. What did not be asked for? If they go and hire people, man, if they hire people are always the pin on this Nabila Tunis. If they hope in offices, it's sad, my brother. Let somebody else come. It's sad.
All right. Thank you very much, Umar. Yes, call ID live on here. You name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, this is Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
You get 3 minutes, Mike.
Yeah, I want to ask the Minister of Finance. Now, would I disperse the money to? Because, will they tell you say money come, and the money where they tell you say they receive, me feel say Boku pass waiting in tell we so. Because you don't want to tell we the truth. But would I then disperse the money at all? Because the money and really reflect on anything what go on in the country. Would I then give this money to? Now that's the question they for the ask them. The money can they spend all, they don't even do what they give them the money for. And then now they complain they want more money. And then guys now serious criminal they will don't vote for another country. It's just pathetic the way the people how they treat the people in the country, man. Pathetic criminal they thief money complete thief money. When they make they go make a commission of inquiry for the other thief money. When they're not thief money. Salon. Yeah, man, the big one. Yeah, when they do proper vetting before they put anybody or wanna vote for anybody, wanna ask them a question there. Because not thief money when they vote for and when expect the result. Nothing they come out of this. The country just they continue to go beyond. But I'm your contribution, Andy, bro.
All right, thank you very much, Mike.
All right.
Yes, call ID live on here. You name and say the call from, please.
So Ezekiel, they call from Oregon.
3 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much. Um, you know, the whole thing is that we problem, you don't know a problem, it'll become difficult for solve. But when you know the problem and then you they ignore, that not pure wickedness to yourself and to the people away that problem they affect. This whole thing, the way how the thing don't happen is that I don't know whether the president now then they afraid or not the woman then they afraid. Because then people are waiting, they put them in places, they know the truth, but then they afraid for address them. Because that old man they afraid say if they say we for put brakes on this side, then it will cause problem for we. And maybe in that person they the next reshuffle, either they move on another place or he's out, you know. Because talking about the president, what the clip won't post way in they talk about, wait and they say enough for travel, ain't go travel. Because if you not go, you know the car with her. Well, why you know the car with the one way the way you forget from World Bank? Why you know the car with her? Because the reality is not to traveling, sir. Not to the traveling. Now, some measures you need for put in place, let you fix things. You know, sir, if you build a mansion now someplace, even a village, where it admirable, where nobody not seeing kind in that whole area, that place there go be attraction for let people and go there. So this idea of you go travel, you dey continue for throwing and people and face, part of the expenses because up to this time, no journalist, no the way they ask this question. The matter we say, waiting, then they come with, then they spend and whole day back for let the tackle, for let spend the spending way then they do it two pass mark, pass waiting they come inside. Simple question, sir. Tell me whose parts they take the whole expenses for this income? Simple, you know. But for some reason, I don't know. Because we want to know. Because you go find out, say, now most of them, now then they take this money. Because where's the development? Where the development, where they put this thing in place? So, Parliament, especially the opposition, this now una time for spend una time on things where una know say people there for understand. The man don't go talk now. Now una turn this now for take that information they say. He said 2018, they been get 3.3. Where it puts them at the threshold for that and get more money. Why una no go take that instead na simple thing una dey for wild people them up. Instead of una go do the right thing where you go help people una no dey do am. Where they say opposition now for take something where they make something good kind of the country and go pressure the government so that them go do them. Una need to do them out of malice. Una they do them out of love for the country so that good thing go kind of the country. Go now in parliament and say, una don't hear it from the finance minister. He said 2018 will be there at that threshold. Una self now this 30 year una for the most part. Hey, that threshold where that man talk about 2015, 16, 17, 18 will be there. Why they no there? We an account or therefore do something so that we go there. Come on, left the petty things there about for go permit them this, go left and there and talk about credible things and way he explainable to people and them go understand. Now the ancestor don't go tell you say 2018 we were in that threshold where you don't take away almost 200 to 300 million. Why una no go and begin push it down there loudly to the people so that this government go hold themselves accountable so that then go push we at least closer to that threshold or over that threshold. Thank you so much, Triple A. Let God bless we all.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, caller, 3 minutes, sir.
Hello, me na MOB. Thank you, Triple A. The issue of this threshold we will not able to achieve for let we get the funds so we forget. And if I not say the man will be the talk to Mr. Bangua, he say na the bottom and the top. I don't know why he not call the bottom and the top people then. You see one thing for sweeping under the carpet, now they always a give you problem now with country. sincerity not there. People that they talk but are not sincere about what they talk. Tell we say the top, these are the people in the top where we for talk to for let we get this money. These are the people on the bottom. Okay, it's a collective effort, but you don't tell me say top and bottom. Who are this top and who are this bottom? Pray and come out, so we know. Sincerity in other in another country then. You know, with all disrespect to the diasporas, you know, say Madam you in government, you well advantage with diasporas. A lot of people will be the sponsor and during campaign, now they pay back. You dey really know say some of them the inexperienced day, you know, it just being they come on board. How they go able to turn things around, it will become very difficult for them. Very, very difficult. And if we not allow before ever they take out some ministers, let them understudy first the old one, then may they able get some ideas how do they run governance system. But most of the ministers that will come inside this government, you know, the education is there, but the experience counts a lot. How they run ministry, you know. But that one day they see many problems in most of the ministries. They're not able to turn things around, and they find it very difficult. You know, the funds kid, but if you not get initiatives, how you able to develop that your ministry, it will give you a problem. If you for now left the people and they understudy them for that 6 months, know one or two things we for do, the priorities they put them forward. The issue again, presidents they talk say they don't even done what in they put on the manifesto. Salon, you go look if not to be COVID, Salon for not danger. Anyway, COVID come, we see say a bad way it come, but for other reasons, we go say Alhamdulillah. Because money will come where they cushion some areas. Even though the cushion where they cushion, it not reflects to the people that living standard, you know. Even when they cry say all side at the wall na so issues and then the world triangle yes, but there's the governments they within other countries and they within world triangle they able cushion and where they cushion, you they see that reflect to the people there. Things are hard, but you need to see in the faces of people. People are well paid and people they get basic amenities the way they forget. You know, that cushion where the cushion, it reflects. But Sarah Leone, the cushion, you don't know say the cushion. So if they say you don't do what you did in a manifesto, well, I don't know. The quality of education what they talk about, well, me, I don't know if it's quality that one day. Yes, you don't create the access for the many picking get school, but do they have that quality? Absolutely, me, I would say no. You create the chance. That's kudos to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Amobi. Yeah. Let's call ID live on here. You name and say the call from, please. Yes, caller on the US line.
Hello.
Yes, you get 3 minutes.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I think say census alone it in the interest of the party in power because just like the last speaker been saying, people of both parties, both the APC and the SLPP, they don't not get the interest of the people at heart. They don't know they conduct census for development reasons. The only development they hope for achieve wouldn't want for conduct election and for get more seats in parliament so that they could stay longer in parliament. But the essence of some censor, if what in the reason to make countries that they conduct censor, mainly now for assess how they're able to distribute the resources, government resources for the population. But even the last census APC they conduct, will not see any change in terms of development. No change at all. The only change we will see now increased seats in parliament for the APC. That is only in the interest of the party. So all what we say is we need to pray. None of these two parties are not get interest for the development of the country. They're not. Both Anes and Mother Bill, they are brothers. They know how they talk. Even in this commission of inquiry, this and so on, and they talk. Na bullshit. Nothing not get for commodity. Nothing not get for commodity because Mother Bill no say if he lost power today, then go do the same to him. So if it's try to be wicked to them, to APC, instead of the kitchen, they go be wicked to her. It's just they try to get more money from one pocket to another pocket. So when we talk of development, I don't think say that people get anything at heart in terms of educational development. I wonder if any of them the Minister of Education don't go now any classroom and see how the classes and they how picking and they sit on the ground. Or they go to market for see the prices of things so they go up every day. I'm not simple understand what's wrong with we Sierra Leoneans. Because job not in a salon. Now make everybody own a loser who done the abroad for years. He never get anything. He did not go salon for go join politics. So he go able to recover. So all this development for census for development is a lie. It's a lie. They just try to see what they go able to get out of us so that they will remain in power. This is my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller.
Yeah.
And I go see say I left him because it don't come past 2010. And for can't tell him back say no to the program that one day. And na possibly listen YouTube. You can call most of the time, but today meet up with on live, so let him have a bite of waiting done in my mind. The phone line don't close. Now the last caller they come with so now. Yes, caller, you did live on air. You name and outside the call from, please.
Yes, I mean Bendo, I call from Kansas City.
Yes, Bendo.
Triple A, I think say one thing we don't make, we all don't get so carried away with them situation they are with the on floor. Now the fact say most of the people them way they na salon, almost people then they will really get first hand to some of the information they are where they na the diaspora where we get. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of the information they are, even where I follow, I'm basically a news jockey where camp and salon news. But I can listen to some of the news there where people they can go to on AYB where they talk, but where I can hear them from the way where they break and explain them. I mean, it makes we understand more of what they go on. But almost people that were in a salon, we get the choice, or not so even choice, we get the privilege for getting news there first hand and understand them. Not that many to start with. But look at the level of the people then. Almost people that were in a salon where really, really understand what they go on. Like that crowd the president is talk about the manifesto. Almost people that really will understand anything about the manifesto. Almost people that will eat their hand and say, well, let I tell you, say, what's in another manifesto today, so we on standard in the country, not complete. If you don't even touch anything. Almost people that will really get that privilege, not that many. And the one that will really they next to the president, we go able to talk to the president. They're able to tell him what if or no, or intercept to some extent. I'm not even. I mean, not official, but I'm not even the president. So what me they see, intercept understand what is supposed to do for the people. So now me on take down the. Let God help we and it means say if they fly this aeroplane, it therefore get a safe landing. Let God make it get a safe landing. Maybe when he land the plane, somebody else go pick her up and take route we need for go. But I not see say the direction will be going in the right direction. Let God make things and work out for people. But who's out there right now? It's sad. Me not feel say it don't accomplish much. I mean, if you say don't complete everything in manifesto, I don't know which manifesto we look or we can tell the people and say they work from. That's a me on take.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Bendo.
you.
The phone line don't close, but make I just squeeze this person in quick. Yes, caller, 3 minutes.
Yeah. The first, this is Mustafa the call from France, and let God bless you now for this good work on and they do. You know, it's so trending where salon people them. I don't understand why people them they wicked to their own population they like this. If this government wouldn't promise heaven and earth, they tell people and say it don't succeed per everything what he do now in manifesto. If he succeed, let God make himself succeed. If he not succeed, waiting done they can't fit for deceive people and so let God pass judgment. Because in our wickedness, now real wickedness, pure wickedness, you know, we people and they suffer like what they suffer so. Out of the heaven and earth, always promise people them, don't they say they don't succeed. You know, the other way, I want church other side again. This census, I don't know why.
No, Mustafa, the only hand, not to census to the talk. That man, they are left
Okay,
and no more because of he don't
okay,
say and
yeah, not
no,
true.
I the
Okay,
only day. Only talk census
okay,
today.
okay, no problem. You know, because if you go where you go now the country, even the construction, the road construction, they will be they go all over. You need to see them again. Most of them don't disappear. But they come there, they make promises. Where we people and they suffer presently more than ever. People, I will ask you one question. You are going to answer me. I don't know if you've been there in a salon doing AFIs, it's one we get sanction and embargo. With this present condition, who's our worst passing company?
Well, it depends.
No, in the majority side, you know, you dey see how things be they go at that time and how things they now. You see, now the worstest thing they tell this way salon people they don't suffer pass ever, but they put the blame on Corona. But we know say things begin go up before Corona. From when you see government pull subsidy, now sufferness start, and the subsidy it be they get lot of help, we be the help we. None of they talk about say they don't succeed. Now drop out there na in Salonga for Bokovic because of what happened. Lot of people are holding at university. Then people are not able to pay the money they will them be they pay. Government be they subsidize for them. They don't pull that subsidy there. Now they talk about loan scheme. When they out of the where time they already don't reach for their common power. Thank you very much. May God bless you for this wonderful program.
Thank you very much, Mustafa.
Yeah.
Mustafa, now we last caller for today. You will be in a call back. You go left now for Saturday. We're not one for me the program run the recorded program run over 2 hours. So we don't reach the mark. We don't deny so and we dey try now for do we level best so that at least we all go to understand and make we able for get proper understanding of how things they go. Maybe I make some people and can feel one kind way feel to say maybe they look the government with bad eye or whatever. But we didn't have to make we share knowledge, you know. And knowledge we dey share. And you yourself go be a witness where you go salon. You dey know less about things the way they go on than where you dey out. Maybe I make them know how the internet correct so that you go there the internet be like luxury so that you go there for only the powers that be that you go able for enjoy them. Because if we get proper internet, we get proper lighting system, we get all these things, we're not going to go bigger. But we don't know now say for the past 2 years we just they like dirty water where they smell. And they know the benefits we get for sweep that water they come out and make we able for get waiting go able for reduce the poverty by the people them. Okay. Ministry of Finance say na collective effort. That's true. We all get part for play. We now we own part to the play so. Then say let them play them part. What in then do? You say then can do no more than not the talk. No, a mistake talk that one day. Because not to talk and do. But we'll go there back to my. I left everything. Good day back tomorrow. As always, peace, love, and blessings. Now we can try for Shiana, yeah? Knock out with Wamat, knock out with say, we'll get bad eye for you, but all the best, yeah? Till we meet again tomorrow, Triple A say, Tata.